Okay, let's factor another trinomial. This time my trinomial's leading coefficient is negative. And if that happens, look first to see if there's a GCF, and there's not because there's no number that goes into 4, 8, and 5. I'm going to need to factor out a -1. If the leading coefficient is negative, factor out a negative. Maybe it's the negative coefficient, the negative GCF. If not, factor out a -1 before you begin. So if I factor out a -1, what's going to happen is that everything's signs are going to change. So the negative 4x becomes positive 4x squared. The negative 8x becomes positive 8x. And then the positive 5 becomes negative 5. All right, now I'm ready to work with it with tic-tac, no toe. I just have to remember not to forget that there is a -1 in front of it in the end. All right, so let's make our tic-tac, no toe box. The A times C is 4 times -5, which is -20, and it goes in quadrant 2. And the B is the 8. So remember that this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C. Okay. We want to take the 20 and find all the factors, which is 1 and 20, and 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. And then we look to see, well, which one will give me an 8 if added or subtracted? And 2 and 10 will give me 8 if I subtract them. So put them in either box. And then let's look and decide about the sign. This minus right here in C's place tells me that the signs will be different from each other. And the big one will be positive. So 10 is the big one, so he's positive, and 2 is the smaller one, so he's negative because they've got to be different. Now to make the fractions. Take your 4, your A, and put it over -2 and reduce. So that becomes 2 over -1. Go ahead and put the -1 up under there because you're going to need it for the binomial, and then circle it. Then take your 4 and put it over the 10 and reduce those. Divide them both by 2 and you get 2 over 5. Circle him, he's ready to make a binomial out of. Now make your 2 sets of parentheses, and remember you had a -1 in front of it, so put a negative there. Your numerator is going to be in front of your variable, so 2x, and then the -1 will be the constant of that binomial, and then 2x plus 5, okay? Then to check it to make sure you're correct, it takes a little time to do so, but it's important to do. We're going to have 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared for the first. The outside is 10x. The inside is -2x. And the last is -5. Don't forget there's a -1 right here. All right, the 10x and the 2x becomes 8x minus 5. And then 4x squared. Still, that -1's hanging on. Now that changes all the signs when I do distribution. And I'll have a -4x squared minus 8x plus 5 when I change all the signs. Go back up here. Everything is correct. So my solution was here.